Hello everybody, welcome back to the breakdown. Today we're going to do a quick walkthrough on how to claim your student loan debt relief. Now, you can be eligible from $10,000 to $20,000 if you meet certain criteria and if you follow through these steps. Now, you need to do some things to claim this. It's important to remember that. And we're going to be walking you through how to find out what you need to do, when it should start, so you're prepared to get your debt relief on your student loans. Now, before we get into all that, a few things here. I am showing you studentaid.gov. This is the official website for this. I will put a link to it in the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. Be very careful of scammers out there. Make sure you're at studentaid.gov. Link in the show notes down below. Be careful when you're giving financial information online. Always double check it. If I'm going to be walking through all this, if you want to read along, again, link in the show notes down below. Lastly, before we get into everything, hey, can you help me grow this channel? Help me support my family. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping me grow. Just by hitting that thumbs up, just by hitting the subscribe, one or both, helps us immensely. So check that out. All right, so let's dive into this. Now, you can be eligible up to $20,000 if you've received a federal Pell Grant. We'll get into the difference and all that. Or up to $10,000 if you did not receive a Pell Grant. Borrowers, there's a few caps here. Now, if you made as an individual more than $125,000, or had a household, married, filing jointly, if you made over $250,000, you are not eligible for this. Now, there is an interesting catch here. It does say down here in 2020 or 2021, which makes me believe as long as you made less than $125,000 or a $250,000 in one of those 2 years, you should be eligible for that. Now, if you want $20,000, you can get that if you've received a Pell Grant from the federal government. We'll tell you how to go through all that and check your eligibility in a quick second. If you did not receive a Pell Grant, you can only claim $20,000 or $10,000 off of your student loans. So keep that in mind. Now, here's what to do to get ready. Now, you can log into your account. You should already have an account with studentaid.gov, and make sure your contact information, everything is up to date in there. You can sign up to receive text messages. If it's been a while, you can't remember your account username and password, Fast ID, you can go in here and follow their tips on how to access that, to walk through that, to reclaim access to that account there. If you don't have studentaid.gov account or a Fast ID, you can create an account right here. So keep that in mind. It's all right on this website, link below, and how to create an account. And then you have to wait. Now, in October 2022, I'm recording this way at the end of September 2022. The federal government says they will open this up, but you have to act before December 31st, 2023 to submit your application. After that, the window is closed and you're probably not going to get it. So how do you know if you got a Pell Grant? How can you find out if you're eligible for that $20,000? Maybe college was 10 plus years ago. You don't remember this. The financial aid person helped you get all that arranged. Good news. You can go in on their website here and find out if you received a Pell Grant or not. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward on that right there. Now, there is one catch here. If you did get a Pell Grant before 1994, it will not appear in your studentaid.gov, but you will still be able to receive the full benefit. Follow the steps there. All right, so you will need to submit with your application for a debt relief that you have recorded everything here. So follow the steps down below right here. All right, let's keep moving along here, looking at what student loans are applicable. Now, these are ones done by the federal government. Private student loans are not necessarily covered underneath this program. Keep that in mind. When you go through all this, it breaks it all down here. If you want to find that all out, I'll put a link again down in the show notes. But what I do find some interesting points here. Now, if you received a Pell Grant, again, you can get up to $20,000. But what happens if I still have a loan balance after the debt relief? Now, it looks like they'll recalculate your payments into a lower payment. So basically, they take the same term you're paying the loans off, knock off that $10,000 or $20,000, recalculate your payments across that same term to lower your monthly payment. How will I know if when debt relief has been applied? Your loan server will notify you when the relief has been applied to your account with details on how the relief was applied. There's also some basic information here. If you've been paying during the pandemic, you can get some relief there if you filed for the hardship during the pandemic. It sounds a little bit, the way this is if you've already paid off your loan, you can only get paid back if you have money outstanding. This is relief, not necessarily a check back from the way I'm reading this. Do I get that wrong from the way I'm translating this? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I am not an expert on this. I'm just walking you through what studentaid.gov says. If I have multiple loans, can I pick which loans get the relief? Not necessarily. The federal government will decide which one of the loans gets relief to your student aids. See the next FAQ for details. How will it be applied? We'll apply the relief in the following order. Defaulted loans. So if you have a loan that's been gone in default, that's the one that's going to get paid off first. Commercial loans, non-defaulted direct loans, and loans by the Education Department. So pretty simple, pretty standard, straightforward. There is one key piece here that you need to know. The federal government may not be taxing this as income, but state and local taxes implications will vary. Some states have said they do intend to tax this as money. Talk to a tax expert. I'm not a tax expert. Avoid trouble with the IRS, your local federal government, state government, municipality taxes, or whatever it is. Don't mess around with taxes. Talk to an expert on this. So there you go. That is how you apply. It is important, again, you have until December of 2023 to apply for this. Do not wait. I would go on now. I would start this process. I'm assuming a lot of things when it comes to federal government in this, it's first come, first serve. So I would recommend that you get prepared by getting into your account, making sure all your contact information, everything in there is updated. If you're like me, you probably moved a few times since you filled this out. It's been a long time since I've been in college. But fill this out. Get your account if you don't have one. Be all ready so that next month, October 2022, when they go live, you are ready to go. You can put it in to be one of the first people that they process rather than then waiting, trying to figure it out, trying to get access to your account, etc. So there you go. I hope this helps. If it did, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I'll do my best to answer questions I can, but I will link to this all down below. I'm not a tax expert. Can't really help much with tax questions. But I encourage you to prepare and be ready for this as soon as it's ready by creating your account, getting access to your account, and making sure all your data is up to date and correct with that. It would really stink to miss something important because it's going to an apartment you had back when you were a college student. Now that you're married, have a house, maybe a different state, you missed it. All right, so with that, check back tomorrow for another video. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it. We'll be back again real soon.